Hello, everyone. We are live, starting off here with another week of Cash and Trash, the review of last night. I have my co host hopping in right now, Mr. Usman. He has awakened, or at least hopefully his kids went to sleep. Other than that, it was a fun night. Great uh, way of the card. Did a little bit of a review of all of the lines for open and close for money lines, and then I also did a little bit of fun breakdown of some movement on those props. You know what actually happened, and looking at those over and unders on some different spots. So that was a lot of fun. Kind of pull up and see a different point of view on this. Like once the card gets over, I know we skip and go right on to the next one, but are there line movements we should have caught? And like what things did you miss? Or where did our other fellow gamblers decide to drop a line pretty good? And I don't even know why they did it. And it ends up working is also a good catch of making the notes. But other than that, what you got? And how'd you do?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh man, jeez, it was a rough night for me, man.
Was it?
Uh, I dug myself into I think it was like minus 12 unit night, and then hit I think four bets in a row that
Took a hit.
that no that freaking that dug me out of that big asshole, but it was one of those nights where the bookies love me. You know, gave away a lot of money. They gave me some just so that I could keep playing. You know how it goes.
Oh,
I
no
lost
doubt
twenty
about that.
dollars.
It's a
Daniel,
rough
you're not
night for.
supposed to be gambling, Daniel. You got to save that for your classes. What's your deal?
Actually, I made this bet back in January.
Yeah, with a family member, it was probably like a second cousin once removed.
No, it was my training partner.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, I hit some good ones.
The same one I bet against for DDP and Strickland, which I also lost.
I mean, the Blaze win that knocked out a little bit of some small props that I had. Uh, I was definitely shocked that he was that damn boring and had like no other plan except for wrestle fucking Curtis Blaze, and that's just insane. Uh, I thought Jailton was a lot better than that, but dear God, I mean, he just absolutely had no game plan besides I will try to take him down, and
You're right. I thought he would knock him out in round three, but he knocks him out in round two.
Yeah, I
well, at
guess so.
least
We're
threw some
gonna.
swings, or at least threw a punch. Maybe that would have been cool.
But no,
So I
I
get.
had Blades won the second round. I had him win the third round, so I still won.
Good one. What do you got?
I I guess since we're starting off with that one, that was the one that fucking kicked my ass the most, man. I did my first ever max bet plus 6 units
Mm-hmm.
on Gelton Almeida. And after that first round, I was feeling great. I don't give a damn if you don't throw one punch. Just keep fucking bragdolling this guy. And very, very fucking quickly did he get knocked out into that second round. Yeah. I should have had a good night, man. Looking back at all these bets, I had a lot of great breakdowns. I had a lot of the right sides, but in the words of Andrew, I got way too cute with it, man. And like, did I know RDA, Peter Yan, and Kyler Phillips? Did I know that those fights were all going to go to decision? Yes. Did I say bet the over? Yes. Did I say bet goes to decision? Yes. What did I bet instead? Plus 3.5 on all of them. And fuck, man, it really screwed me, man. I dug myself into a huge hole, and Jalton Almeida fucking gave me a huge shovel to do it with, man.
I mean, for the whole thing, since I did do a review on all of them, I'll just start from the main event. Sugar Sean O'Malley went in there and beat the living shit out of his nemesis to give him his only loss. So, Cheeto Vera really had no answers, couldn't do anything, didn't try to really go any other object of ground game or anything like that. Just decided to stand and bang. That ended up with a O'Malley as a minus 285 close on the money line. A prop, if you would have took him for the decision, was ended at plus 125, and the over 4.5 closed at minus 135. So I would say the books really kind of had this correct to go minus 200 to open it on that over 4.5. But it ended at 135. So a lot of people definitely did not believe him. Yeah, I would say that. But great fight. Sean O'Malley beat the shit out of him, man.
Yeah, that was another one where I think all of us in the space coming we talked about it on Tuesday knew that this was going to decision. Um, Chito once again showed a granite chin and keeps the record going. But at that point, I had dug myself out of the hole and said, "We are chasing and we're gonna have fun. Let's go Cheeto by split decision and Cheeto money line." And fuck it, I lost another 1.5 units, but uh,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was at plus 124. That was a steal of a deal, knowing that Cheeto be finished.
You know, you're right. I only lost 20 bucks. I don't know how much you lost. That does make me feel better.
That's always one way to make yourself look good. Listen,
Yeah, but
someone else's
I
failures
honestly
can't
thought he
be.
would get it done, but he didn't. So who? No, no, Ilya Defici will do it.
What
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was your what was your bet, Daniel?
Just straight up, what was your
Submission,
20 bucks?
Cheeto.
I mean, the hardest part is you can't take freaking Vera serious on like fight IQ. His like game plan is never really goes through. If it's somebody I think he can piece up with his hands, he takes his sweet ass time to do it. You know, I mean, he just had no answers, and he doesn't like mix up his game plan when shit's not going his way. I guess, but so
I
I can't
know.
really explain how he fights.
Yeah, it's hard, but don't worry. Like Garrison Silva, he eventually got, stopped.
Yeah. On to the next with the Diamond Dustin Poirier coming in against this Saint Denis, and after his 15th attempt for a gilly, he finally does get himself a finish inside the distance with that knockout. Uh, I was shaking like a leaf because I had money on the over 1.5. So luckily, when they said winner by knockout at 232 in the second round, I was happier than shit because I really feel like he got knocked out at about 229.
Oh yeah,
So did I.
Dustin saved your ass by jumping in and hitting that last shot. I think if they just let him lay flat, you would have gotten the 229.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Just
I was just sitting there waiting, like, please tell me what the hell's going on. So the end for that line was for over 1.5 was minus 135 to start. The close was minus 175. So a lot of people definitely were on my side. I did it because it was a 5 round fight, and I just figured that these guys would kind of take a little bit. I know that they would have a section of round one that was going to be flashy, but I was hoping for kind of a decent war in the fight. So that's why I went over with it. So that definitely saved me because I had quite a lot on that. I think I had
so
100 bucks.
So I'll save the straight plays that saved my ass because they were all here on the main card. I'll save them for the fights that we're gonna talk about. But this one hurt. I decided I had made most of my money back. I said, We're out of this 12 unit hole. Let's not bet anything on BSD. Fucking, what was he, like minus 250 or whatever it was? I said, let's
Hmm.
just leave it alone because I also have a four leg parlay that has BSD on it. And if it wins, I'm going to go from minus 12 units to plus 8 units. Let's just let it roll. Fuck it. And BSD, you son of a gun, bro. I thought I was gonna cash when that first round finished. I was like, oh, this is over. The rear naked choke is damn near there. Um, but shout out to Poirier, man. Fucking tough son of a bitch, and did everything that he needed to do, man. And BSD, like, he made the post about having the staph infection and being
Yeah.
on antibiotics, but antibiotics doesn't make you walk forward with your hands down into a
Yeah.
firefight. That's
Yeah.
that's that's something that he's done multiple times. Because I mean, you look at the Thiago Moises fight.
Hmm.
There were times where he had Moises up against the fence with the pressure, and Moises would crack him with a little hook in that short space.
Yeah,
So
when I was doing some tape watch, I was like, this guy gets hit a little too much to just expect to be a solid favorite
Check
over
this out.
Dustin. Oh yeah, would have turned Cheeto into basically Jesus.
Biblical accurate Jesus. That's pretty cool.
no,
Yeah.
man, I think Dad hit it right on the head yesterday by saying he looks like the lion from Wizard of Oz. Like a
What's the line?
The
Oh, the line for
lion,
Wizard of
the
Oz.
lion.
Okay. How about this
Uh,
one? Have more.
what's this one? Oh, the freaking smack. The Queen.
Yeah.
And
The
then what's on his face? Is he hitting him with
yeah.
a? That's funny. You gotta love those. All right, on to the next fight. The debut, the long-awaited MVP. Used to drive me nuts with his amazing style of putting his arms down out of nowhere, but then still clobbering guys one after another. Uh, Kevin Holland did kind of exactly what I said. He didn't really do the things that he could have to really give himself a chance. He did get him down in the first round, I believe. Came in looking pretty good right there, like he was going to be smart, kind of do what everybody said. If he went to the ground, he was going to, probably get in one of those submission wins. I bet there was a decent amount of picks on that line, I'm sure. Uh, but it went all the way to a decision. So the opening, our second dog of the night, which was Michael Page from 115 open to a close of 117. If you went to that decision prop, that opened at a 200 and ended at 250. The over 2.5 was minus 190 and ended at minus 160. So everybody didn't really believe in that. Obviously, that did go down a tad, and nobody believed in the decision win for MVP. So could have cashed in some of that. The line for them money wise didn't really move the entire time. It was just like, yeah, Kevin Holland should beat him. And it seems like a lot of people were terrified of this debut event for MVP. Maybe because of his age. I don't really know.
I
I did
did. I
cash
thought it was. I
on,
really thought it was his age.
yeah, his age. I don't blame you. I would be terrified because of his age. I mean, the fighter that he was fighting, the only thing that kind of made that one even for me, I did have on that, but then I did go for like the
Yeah.
fight didn't go the distance to see if there was going to get a finish
Yeah.
in the end, so I kind of broke even on it
True.
like that.
Bud
So I
Holland
did
did
have.
get a submission attempt on him, but the
Mm-hmm.
MVP got out of it. I did pick him by submission,
Mm-hmm.
and he
That was
got
the
out of it.
that was the way to go, no doubt about it. Who's
But it
the
was
yeah,
pick for
close.
this
We
one?
all saw it. It was close.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was the one that finally put me over. With 2 units on MVP's money line, and then 1 unit on the decision. and that one was pretty damn good for me, man. After that, like I said, I was thinking, should I cash out that BSD parlay? Fuck it, let it ride. We've already came up with this much damage.
God, you're gonna
Hey,
have nightmares
MVP
for a week.
MVP
Man,
looked good, man. I
I was
mean,
so close though.
of course, the grappling is always going to be his issue, but he still looked really fast. The takedown you were talking about came in the second round, and even
No,
then,
sorry.
I was thinking it was 30-27 MVP. Like, he got the takedown and he landed a couple of elbows, but I still thought MVP landed the way more damaging strikes on the feet
Mm.
before the takedown and after the takedown happened, because he got his ass up. Um, so yeah, freaking, I was uh I was thinking MVP stole that one pretty easily.
I mean, he did three stand those spinning back elbows, whatever
Hmm.
those
Yeah,
were.
yeah, those are pretty nasty, man.
They were three times he landed. Meanwhile, I can't believe Poirier didn't finish BDS in round one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that was a little sloppy. Yeah, it was a big one. I mean, them guys are pretty nuts. I mean, Dustin still. I mean, you see all the mocking him of all of his guillotine attempts. There's
yeah.
tons of memes for that. Those are absolutely pretty damn funny.
Well, that is
As
true.
for MVP for the future, we'll see. I mean, getting to fight over Kevin Holland, who was definitely liked by a lot. Uh, we'll
He
see
does
what it
look
really
like
gives
Matt Walsh.
him. That's pretty funny. Uh, oh, that one's funny.
Who the
I
hell's
so
Matt
that's
Walsh?
Matt Walsh is a freaking politics guy with like Ben Shapiro and shit like that.
Oh, I already hate the guy.
And some of the stuff's definitely pretty funny because he made that movie, that What Is a Woman thing.
Ew.
Well, yeah, because this person on the right thinks that they're a man. Um, on to the next one is Jack Della Molina comes over and finishes Gilbert Burns in the third round.
Man, that
This
pissed
was
me
another
off.
close fight that for the money line was opening with a let's see, minus 105 for Jack, ended at minus 155, where we had Burns, who was a minus 115 as a favorite when it opened, and then he ended as a dog at 135. If you took this fight for inside the distance, that opened at a plus 115 and closed at 130. And if you took the KO, it was for 140. The over 1.5 opened at minus 190, ended at minus 180. So it did stay at that, went down just a tad. I mean, a lot of this seems to me like it kind of happened what everybody expected. The line got this one pretty right. Uh, that Jack was going to finish inside and made sure that nobody capitalized on these knockouts or inside the distance, or if you did, you probably could have made some quick money on that over 1.5 if you went to it. You know what I mean? What do you guys got?
Yeah, that one, another one that saved my ass. Like I said, it was this main card that really dug me out of that fucking that hole. But fucking, I took Jack Della Maddalena 3 units on the money line, and then 1 unit on the KO, which I thought was basically just a loss. But there it was coming late into the third round. Uh, Pretty goddamn beautiful, if I don't say so myself.
Man, I was right. There was one about one thing. Third round finish.
Oh,
Damn
that's
it.
good.
But you had
Yeah.
it for Burns, didn't you?
Oh, of course I did.
That's too bad, but it's coming to an end. I don't know what Gilbert Burns does after this.
He probably just continues to be the jiu-jitsu trainer of Kill Cliff.
probably take another because now he would just more like just be a gatekeeper. You know, he's not really going to get back on a chance at a title shot. So,
Oh, you meant
yeah.
that? Yeah, yeah. Them
Well, I
retiring.
mean, career, same thing.
Yeah, he'll still be the jiu-jitsu trainer of Killcliff. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he'll be around. We'll always see him at every event. Down to the Piryan and Song Yadong fight, where that was a heck of a fight. I mean, they put on a good war. Song Yadong never fails to impress. We had Piryan at a favorite 115, minus 115, closed at minus 162. Song Yadong was a plus 142 dog at the close. Yan by decision opened at a plus 125 and closed at minus 110. So the betters definitely jumped on that one. And the over 2.5 was minus 200 and ended at minus 280. So looks like everybody cashed on exactly what they thought was going to happen based on those odds that the bookies threw. Anybody cash on this one? I did have him on one of my parlays that got killed by our great friend, Mr. Blades, that had to knock him the fuck out.
So for the all the fights that came before this one, the only thing I cashed the night was I'm gonna talk the losing bets, but before the Peter Yan fight, the only thing that cashed for me
Mm-hmm.
was this Barnier first round KO. That was early in the night, boys.
Oh yeah.
That was very early in the night, just to show you how I ended up in this hole. So much to where I said, "Fuck it, I hate Peter Yan, but everybody in the group is on Peter Yan,
Yeah.
and um, it's either I'm going to be this bad and jinx their loss, or
Mm-hmm.
fuck it, I'm going to win a couple of bucks off of fucking Peter Yan money line and Peter Yan decision, 3 units on the money line and 1 unit on the decision. And that's what got the ball rolling. That 4 leg parlay was Peter Yan, Jack Della, MVP, and BSD. And man, so I'm always here to shit on Peter Yan. I don't care if he beats everybody, if he goes up and beats 45 champions. I will always hate on Peter Yan and always shit on him. But like, did he not look kind of slow and old? Like, of course he always loses the first round. Um but I did not think he looked too fucking hot in this fight, man. I thought Song really let me down with his gas tank and his feints, the takedown attempts when it came to the second and third round, and that's what gave Peter Yan his way back into the fight. But I didn't like the body language of Peter Yan. I'll shut the fuck up now because he did
Yeah, but I
catch
agree
me
with
and
you.
save me.
I
Yeah,
don't
but I
hate Jan. I just really think he wasn't going to win, considering he lost 3 times in a row.
well, yeah, he had the pressure on him. I mean, some of those are some close decisions. Perion's definitely somebody you have to give respect to because he's, kind of textbook with his, stand ups pretty solid.
That
He
is
is a
true.
strong guy. You got to give him some of that stuff. His
Oh
losses
yeah,
aren't
and he
like
was
bad.
robbed from O'Malley, so I think that
Yeah,
rematch
yeah.
will happen.
Uh, he's probably going to make him have to have another good win. I wouldn't be
Probably.
surprised. I mean, if he does get that Perion, that's definitely Sean O'Malley taking another fight. That would be more of a good chance to get another defense under his belt because I do think, as much as I agree with you that O'Malley lost that fight, I do think that he was starting to kick his ass towards the end. And in a 5 rounds, I don't think Perion can do it because I don't think he would ever finish Sean, and I think Sean would definitely land the better strikes for the judges. So please give him the title shot if you'd love to, because I'll throw a lot of money on that one.
Oh yeah, same.
Ozzy, how you doing, brother?
Hey Ozzy.
What's going on, fellas? Just wrapping up the Oscars on the day off. Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
watching South Park?
I'm me.
Not I.
I hear Cartman's voice. Turn the TV down or mute your mic, you sons of bitches.
That was me. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
All
I've seen
right.
every season. I know Cartman. Sorry, Ozzy. Go
I'm
ahead.
really sorry.
Yeah. On to the next. So here's the fight that definitely took a lot from me, and that was Curtis Blades knocking Julian Almeida. Uh, Line movement for that is the dog was plus 160 to open for Blades, but dropped all the way down to 113 at the close. Uh, to take him for that knockout, it actually opened at a plus 170 and closed at plus 290. So no one's seen this as for him finishing him. Yeah, the under 1.5 opened at a minus 155 and closed at a plus 135. So the people who cashed on this at the end are the ones that made some money. If you thought it from the beginning and got in at that 155, you probably were pretty pissed. Hell of a fight. I did mark so another one. If you took the round two for Blade, it was a plus 525 and actually closed at plus 800 if he would have took that round two win for Blades. So I thought that was a pretty crazy line that obviously no one's seen because that's who was really going for that. If they did, they definitely got a better line for it to close.
Yeah, I already touched on this one, man. This was the final nail in the coffin for me. I thought I was done. 6 units down on fucking Almeida, my first max bet ever,
Ooh.
and goddamn, going into that second round, did I feel confident as a motherfucker?
I mean, and I
Uh,
can't put anything into that guy though for his next fight though, because as much as it all right, he definitely did really good in the idea of who he is. He's a grappler in the heavyweight division. He picked up a massive, gigantic guy of Curse Blades and dropped him on his back in the first round. That was, very impressive. But then, like, all of a sudden, he turned into a deer in headlights and he couldn't do anything. He wasn't, putting him in any danger that really looked scary or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, you're just going to end up getting tired with those big guys. You can't sit there and do a, Marab type of fighting style in the heavyweight division. You're going to die. And that's what happened.
I mean, I don't know what happened. Like, I know Rogan was talking about that there was that little uppercut. I'd much rather accept that. He mauled Derek Lewis wrestling for 5 rounds. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. He got in on that double, did not decide to turn it into a single, come up for the body lock.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was even coming up for the body lock and getting the damn takedown in the first round. I really don't know what happened and why he just stayed there on his knees and decided to eat 15, 20 shots to the head. Like, that one really sucked because that first round showed, I for one, I don't think it was gas. Two, it showed that he could get takedowns with a single, double, body lock, fucking trip. Like,
Uh-huh.
he had options to go to, but he just stayed there. I love Almeida, and I'll probably still love him, but that one really fucking hurt.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough one. All right, on to the next. The ladies, uh, the future, Macy Barber, taking on Caitlin. She opened up as the minus 190, closed at minus 193. The decision stayed at a plus 100 uh, from the open to close, and the over 2.5 was minus 350 to minus 360 at the close. So everybody expected this decision. It didn't go anywhere. So this was, I would say, your standard, common, average female MMA fight, and this happens every single week.
Yeah, so I take it back. I'm looking at all my bets. I did bet on this one, Macy Barber money line, 2 units to win 1 unit. I guess that's my one win of the prelims. But yeah, I mean, I thought Barber looked amazing in the first round. Like she had shown some growth. After she got a little tired, she kind of ended up going back to the same old girl. Um, she throwing strikes from way too far out. Letting and I guess I don't know how much I'll put into it because Caitlyn does a great job of fighting her fight and trying to manage distance. But yeah, man, first round was real impressive. Second and third, I still gave to Barber, but a whole lot less impressive compared to that first round. And like looking at that, I think that Grasso still beats her if they were to rematch for that belt.
I really thought Macy was gonna finish her in round three. She was so close.
Yeah, there was a couple hard strikes she landed. I mean, she's definitely got a little bit of a brawler in her.
Yeah.
We'll see her for a while. I don't think Macy Barber's going anywhere. I did
Oh
do the
no,
same
she's not.
thing. I had let's see, two. I did 2 units on her to win on the money line, and then I did put 1 unit for by points, and I got that at that plus 100. So she cashed in for me on that. I had her on a parlay, but yeah, Blades, fuck you. Uh,
Yeah, that was one
on
I actually
to
had
yeah, go ahead.
Chikagian to win by
Yeah,
split decision on that one, 10-1,
I
which,
was talking
yeah,
about that split decision being a pretty good, guess on that because it definitely. I knew it was going to go to a decision. I mean, fucking
yeah,
minus
you know,
three
with her, it's
fifty.
definitely going. But I guess you
Yeah,
got to really beat Barber convincingly to get around. I mean, I think she won that second round, right? With the damage on the feet that totally
yeah.
outstruck her on the feet. But round three, she just clinched her again. Every time she clinched her, Macy Barber, being the shorter, stockier, stronger fighter, just got the underhook and threw her against the cage again. It was
That was pretty
terrible
cool.
game plan by Chikagian to think she can clinch with that girl.
I didn't think she could. She was shorter than her, and yet she did to her so strongly. Like I didn't think she was going to clinch with the taller woman, but she
Well,
did.
Uh,
she should have.
Macy
Yeah, it's
Barber,
the
she doesn't
taller
really
woman that
listen.
shouldn't have clinched. Yeah.
Yeah, Macy Barber don't really listen to anything. She's pretty wild, so it doesn't surprise me too much. But it was a decent fight. I'll give him that. Uh, Over to my next one is Game Rot versus RDA. That was a bit of a fun, but also boring at the same time. Minus 400 was Gamrot,
Mm.
and he minus 473 is what he closed at. If you took him by decision, it was minus 200. That ended at minus 170. The over 2.5 for this fight was minus 265 and ended at minus 300. So everybody and their mom thought we were going to watch a snooze fest as well for this one. And that's kind of what we did. I mean, RDA 5 years ago wasn't losing that fight. He was going to beat the
No.
shit out of fucking Gamrot. So he's lucky he got him in an elder age that couldn't handle all that grappling smother fest. No, I'm not really a Gamrot fan just because I don't see any of that style actually going to win him a fight in a 5 rounder if he can't really stand and throw some strikes. He does do a little bit that I thought looked pretty good, but I mean, he is just a lay and pray style fighter. And if that's not going well, I see him being in a bad situation.
I don't know how that fight lasted all 3 rounds. Gamrot should have finished him.
No,
RDA's
no.
tough, man.
He
RDA's
can't.
tough.
Yeah,
Man.
RDA is way too good.
You're right.
Even in his old age. I mean, this was another one, man. Broke it down damn near perfect. Had a little rant when it came to Tuesday Space, and instead of betting, like, hey, let's just be safe. I know it's a lot of chalk, but let's make some money off of Gamrot money line, Gamrot by decision, and betting the over. I wanted to get sexy with it, and I bet RDA plus 3.5, and good God, I almost fucking got it when it came to that first round. But I knew if y'all were in the chat, y'all saw me in the chat saying they were not. One judge was not gonna give RDA that first round. because he got taken down at the very end of that round. And once again, that was another fucking L. And hopefully, learning from my lessons here, fucking do not get too fucking cute with it. Cause son of a bitch, I took that plus 125 and thought I was fucking making money on that one. And no, shout out to Gamrot though. Y'all know me. I really, really like Gamrot. Uh, I disagree. I think he can do that style for 5 rounds against the top of the division as well. And I don't know. I like that guy. So fuck me.
Maybe later. You gotta take me out to dinner at least. Kyler Phillips against Pedro Munoz. I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
He got just demolished. The line for that was Phillips at a minus 200, ending at 215 or minus 215. And if you would have took that decision win, you've been shaking in your boots for sure. But it was minus 150 to open, minus 135 close, and that over 2.5 was minus 205 and ended at minus 300 as well. So the books definitely thought this was going to decision, and seems like everybody else agreed, and that's what happened. It looked like Pedro just has some of that heart that kept him in there because he got the fucking shit kicked out of him in this fight. I'm amazed that he made it to a decision. Anybody
Uh,
cash in on this or?
nah, man. Pedro Munoz, similar to RDA, just way too durable. Um, the lines were what they were for a reason. I was once again fucking missed out on a perfect breakdown just to go ahead and bet on Pedro Munoz plus 3.5 because I
Somebody
said
talked you into that.
he's going to steal at least 1 round, especially the way Kyler fades towards the end. And fuck, Kyler looks tired as a motherfucker after the first round. And props to him, man. The Austrian flowing there at Sean O'Malley's camp is doing him well because he won all 3 rounds pretty fucking handedly. And shout out for Pedro for being tough enough to make it to the end because he ate some nasty shots.
Yeah, Pedro is tough, but man, his leg kicks is his game, and he really didn't throw any leg kicks, man. Like that's what he needed to take the mobility away from Phillips, and he just didn't do it. That's surprising. I couldn't believe it, and he was eating leg kicks instead of giving them. But like you
Yeah, I
said,
heard one of the
normally he
commentators say
finishes
that.
strong. Did they? Yeah. Well, normally he finishes strong in that third round, but I think he was just beat up so much that Phillips could just kind of do what he wanted.
That
So
Aussie, and I think it was just a very good matchup of Pedro being old enough and losing his speed versus Kyler, who's just fucking super fast. On Tuesday, I said the dude fights like he's on rollerblades, and
yeah.
yeah, man, that combo of losing speed and fucking a fast ass kid, Pedro was just could never catch up to him.
He threw a lot of a lot of head kicks that just grazed Pedro. Like he probably had his chances of getting a knockout if one of them had landed, but yeah, he just missed with a few head kicks. So great performance by Phillips, but he needs to start probably getting some finishes himself.
That fight
Right?
really surprised me with the decision.
Just
What do you
because you
mean?
expected Phillips to get the finish.
No, I mean, or Munoz finishes him. I mean, I would expected either one to finish each other. This decision fight actually shocked me.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, it was definitely kind of set for it. I mean, minus 205 over 2.5. I mean, that's pretty high. So the bookies really wanted to kind of want to keep you away from them. I think as soon as they get into those 300s, everybody kind of gets kind of scared of those over 2.5s. On to the next would be Felipe Lins against Ian, the freaking crazy man who comes out there like a nut job every damn time. He
Yeah,
was, he does, man. I mean, Kutalava, I just cannot take him serious. He's just like a nut job.
I
Like
can't either.
especially the opening where he's getting announced and then they almost got to have security guards in there because he's going to walk across the damn thing and like try to get into the face of the guy he's about to fight in fucking 15 seconds.
That is
It's
true.
just like they almost got to hold him down. But so lines for this, Lenz was a dog at 140 and ended at 120 as a dog. If you went with his decision, that was plus 600 and closed at plus 650. And the over 1.5 was at minus 130 when it opened and closed at plus 115. So I guess another little dog winner was anybody who said this was going to go over 1.5. I think the fight went pretty sloppy win for Lenz. He didn't do amazing. Yeah, he was beating up Ian because he's not very good in his stand up. He leaves his head wide open. He gets hit a lot. That's kind of the report card on Ian Kutalava. Every time you watch him, he's always getting hit. So if you're going to be in that kind of battle, uh, yeah, it's no surprise to me on this. Seeing that it went to decision, I kind of wish I would have jumped on it. I stayed away from this fight a lot just because I don't trust uh, Kutalava, and I know he's wild, so he could like completely burn you and all that stuff. But Ozzy, let's go to you. What do you think?
Yeah, mate. I actually had some Kudalaba decision on this one, and I just felt so stupid. Like I had a unit on him to win by decision, and I should have just had doubled up and just put 2 units on fight goes to decision, and it would have cashed and not have to sweat the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
result. Like I just feel like an idiot for that. But lesson learned for next time. I thought it went to decision on a high clip, but I just seen that 750 and just fell in love with that number, thinking he's going to get
Gotcha.
takedowns. But yeah, lesson learned on that one. But yeah, I
I
just kind
think
of
there's
went
probably the
exactly the way I
size.
thought. But
I think the size advantage maybe, and like because Ian's pretty small, so even though he's a grappler, then bigger guys in that division can kind of get their hooks in pretty good and kind of stop him from really getting a good lay and prey win up there. But yeah, I mean, catching the decision is the good one on this. I mean, I hope you at least got the cash on that over
no, I
because you don't
didn't.
get those
Fuck it
two.
up.
Yeah, that's a rough one. You're already going
Yeah,
for a decision. You might as well go for that. Give yourself a little bit of cushion.
yeah,
Anybody
exactly.
else got something on this one?
Yeah, Aussie, if you feel dumb about that, listen to this. I had probably like I don't remember what the odds were, but it was like a 12 leg or an 11 leg parlay. There was somewhere around plus 2,000 with over 1.5 Woods, over 1.5 Vergara, over one or under 1.5. No, I think it was under half because it was plus 172, under half a round on Robellis. Um, Fight goes the distance, no on Lynn's Kutalaba fight. Over 1.5 Phillips, over 1.5 Gamra, over 1.5 Barber. Fight goes to decision, no on the Blades fight. Over 1.5 Yan, over 1.5 Burns, over 1.5 Holland. And god damn it, man. Why did I put a minus 505 fight goes to
Oh yeah.
decision no on fucking that? On Ian Kutalaba and fucking Felipe Lins. And that wasn't the only thing, man. I said, you know what? Kutalaba's gonna come out strong on this motherfucker. Give me round one KO and KO as well. Yeah, no, man. I felt like a real fucking idiot when it came to this fight, man.
Yeah, that
Uh
sucks. So all the other legs hit, did they?
every other leg
Yeah.
hit except for these two gas bags who fucking die every other fight, man.
Yeah, that sucks, brother.
I'm sure you were fun to watch this fight with. You're
Oh
probably
man, I
like, you
was at least
fucking loser.
hoping. No, my wife was definitely watching me scream like, "Will somebody
Yeah.
just fucking die, please? Like,
You had your
ACL tear, something. Like, at least give me something,
how's your
man."
controller doing? Did you break your controller? It's okay, you can tell us.
What did?
Joe, how you doing, brother? What do you got?
What's happening, boys? How you guys doing tonight?
Oh God.
We're having fun,
Hey
just
Joe,
looking
how are
at
you,
some
man?
numbers.
Fucking this is the fight that broke my $10 to $500 parlay. Um, Everything I gave fucking hit on my 11 leg. I didn't play anything individually. I'm like, nope, I don't need to. I even told the wife, I'm like, watch, I'm about to make this $500. And the only thing I looked at in the whole fucking parlay, and like when I say looked at, I mean like started looking at stats, check tape from previous shit. Probably, 35, 40 minutes of fucking time spent was trying to figure out if this fight was going to end inside the distance. I took fight to go the distance no on this fight. It busted my fucking parlay. I had Dustin, I had the over on MVP and fucking 9 other fights or 8 other fights. Everything fucking smashed except for fucking Kudalaba to go the distance. No. And I didn't even have a side. I just needed the fight not to go the distance. Fucking horse.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing on it too. It was one of my small ones.
I really feel you, Joe. That's why I was like in that third round. I was hoping, fucking ACL tear, just somebody throw something in the fucking ring. Like,
Yeah,
just
bro. I was hoping for a DQ. I'm like, poke him in the eye. I get if I goes to
Yeah.
this. No, for poke him in the eye. Poke him in the fucking eye. I would
Kick
have
him in the
taken
anything.
anything,
balls.
bro.
Kick him in the balls.
Yeah, any fucking thing I would have taken, dude. Any fucking thing. I was not mad. Like it was my only play on the night, and like I don't know. There's been several nights, and we'll say the past year, where I'm like, nope, just this play will do it. And it fucking smashes every time. Kudalaba fucking that up makes me hate him.
So on to the next fight, which was Michelle and Michael. Uh, they put on a pretty quick one here where Piera opened up at minus 175, closed at minus 145. Uh, he and then Michael opened up as a minus or a plus 150, closed at a plus 125. I know there was a lot of people that were on Mikal to actually put on a beating on him. I didn't feel anything like that. I think I had him in I had a parlay that I lost on this because I didn't pick it to go that quick. If one thing that I did find that was a prop bet is the submission win for Michelle opened up at plus 750 and closed at 450. So some gamblers really jumped on that and when they saw it and capitalized some pretty damn good money there. And the under 1.5 opened up as a plus 140 and closed at plus 155. I think that we kind of missed that one because you know both of these guys are kind of bangers, and anybody who's going to really start being crazy is going to see that option. But I guess I just really didn't see the submission. Anybody capitalize on that? Because that's a hell of a drop on a big open where it looks like the book didn't think about that submission at all to give that high of a number.
Yeah, there were a couple of people in the chat that cashed on that submission line. I know Javi and Gabe were one of them, but this was one of the ones where I didn't want to have any action on it. I like Oleg Sashek. Pieto's just like he's cool. You know what I mean? I just really didn't feel uh, the need to go on any other or any way. But of course, I'm a degenerate. So when it came down to the actual fight, I said, "Fuck it, let me just throw half a unit on Oleg Sachik at plus money. Fuck it." And dude got his body fucking ruined by them kicks, man. Good for Pereira. I'm not even mad about that one. That was, like I said, because I'm a degenerate, I needed to have some action on that one.
I like Pereira. I think he's pretty damn good, man. He was the wild man that we were laughing at a couple years ago, and now he's on quite a streak, and he's looking pretty damn good. Ozzy, what you got?
Yeah, I ended up jumping on his sub last minute. I didn't even get half a unit on it though, but I could have
Just
so
because you've
easily
seen
been
it
it.
drop? Just because you've
Well,
seen it
I was
drop, or what?
always going to bet it. Like I thought I was going to get like something crazy, like 12 to 1 or something. And it came out at 6 to 1, which is half of what I expected it was going to be at.
Okay.
And and then it was 6, and I'm like, oh, and I'm coming, I'm an hour, and then I just kind of put it on the last minute.
Okay.
But it could have so easily been a TKO if he had a fallen forward instead of backwards after that body shot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then he was in a really good position against the cage there to keep punching. Instead, he goes for a rear naked choke with no hooks and somehow just pulled it off. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of felt pretty lucky to cash that, but more often
Yeah,
than
no
not,
doubt. Good
it
point
probably
there.
goes for the KO.
Yeah. Daniel?
The irony in this fight is this is the only one I actually picked by decision, and it doesn't go to decision to Pereira. He gets the job done round one submission. That is ironic for me.
He's he's definitely got to get somebody up there now.
Yeah,
I think he's fought enough of the lower prelim cards and been a nobody for a while that it's time that he gets somebody that's got some more uh, veteran status, more up in that top, 10, because he needs somebody besides just being on these lower cards. Now that he's going to get some, he's getting a first round finish, especially when a lot of people doubted him. On to the next one where we had our new gigantic man, Robelis Despain. I don't know how he say his last name, but he got this Josh to only last 18 seconds for a minus 500 opening line that did close at minus 365. So not too many people really believed in him. And his KO went from minus 275 to minus 255. So people kind of didn't really believe in that either. Um, and for our over or under 1.5, that opened at minus 250 and closed at minus 325. So we definitely expected somebody to go out in the first half. But what do you guys think? I mean, this happened exactly like it was supposed to, and I think a lot of people didn't really like it. Joe.
Yeah, I hit the KO. I hit the Rebellious KO. That was probably the easiest call of the whole fucking night. Anybody who missed it, I'm sorry for you. I'm not talking shit for you. That was writing on the wall. I believe after we talked about it, Dead Picks decided to hit the under 60 seconds. I was pissed I didn't take that, to be honest. That was a killer ass fucking bet, too.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
Daniel, I think
plus
you're.
175 when I saw it.
so I learned. Well, yeah, Joe said obviously right round one KO. But here's what I learned. Apparently, if one would have bet $100 on that fight, you would have only gotten $50 off this
Yeah.
betting. Yeah, goes
But
to
when you
show
know
you. I
it's going to
know.
happen, that's when you got to cash in it, though.
I know, but it shows to show that I am still not ready to
But
do
that's why they
sports
want to
betting.
scare us. But that's why they want to scare you. That's why they give you that high minus. You got to put and invest a lot of money in this. I mean, a minus 325 for under 1.5. I mean, that's obviously telling you they're pretty confident it's not going 1.5. That they want you to put up that much money on it. Z,
I
what do you
know.
got?
Yeah, I mean the only thing better than found money is stolen money, and that was a steal, man. Like to get him round one KO. I think I got him. I had 6 units on him to win under a round and a half because the round and a
Okay.
half wasn't far off round one. He just come out and blitz this dude. Like this what's his name that lost? Fucking
Josh
Parisian. Yeah, yeah.
Parisian. Parisian.
Yeah, he's lost to the bottom of the barrel, man. Dontel Mays and Parker
Yeah.
Porter and Boudet, and he got a win over.
Hey, yo,
Um,
don't disrespect Parker, bro.
he got a win over some fucking
Please don't do
what's
that
his
again.
name? Roque Martinez, the fattest
Roque
guy.
Martinez and Roque almost got him in a
Like,
choke too,
yeah,
bro.
exactly, man. This dude was just the bottom of the barrel. I said before this fight started, like everyone's saying, "Oh, we don't know nothing about this guy yet," blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, you're not going to know nothing about him after this fight either. It's going to go exactly the same as his last three fights." Like it was, I had 6 units on it. Biggest bet I've had in a long time, and no sweat at all. 18 seconds, fucking good night. It was, yeah, it was a steal for sure.
18 seconds. Yeah, it was a quick one. just a tad. Uh, On to our next fight was Asu versus CJ. This is the flyweight division. Of course, he was a minus 375, was Azu. Closed at minus 555. His decision prop opened at a plus 135, closed at plus 200. So seems that we expected him to get his submission, his rear naked choke. The minus or over 2.5 was minus 115 and closed as a plus 120. So this was definitely trying to look like they really were thinking us who was going to get it. I did have him for the over on this one. So I did cash in on that, and I did have Asu to win in one of my parlays. Uh, Other than that, I actually missed the fight. I didn't get to watch it. But who would like to talk about this one?
Man, just not trusting fucking reads really sucks because when it came to Asu and Maxim, everybody was really excited about them after their debut, and I said that they will get fraud checked eventually. I did not. I wasn't blown out of the water as a lot of other people were. And when it came to this fight, I was thinking, well, CJ isn't gonna win, but he's always gonna put up a good fight, and I'm gonna go on decision. When Friday came around and I saw CJ miss weight, I said, "All right, fuck it. He's probably not even taking this serious. We'll go Asu inside the distance. Final bet. Let's hit it." And that was just another fucking loss, man. That one, again, it sucks knowing having some reads and then being swayed last minute.
Yeah, and damn sways will get you, man. It happens all the time too. You double check. I do it that same reason, dude, because I hate weight cut missers. So I'm always like, all right, you missed weight, it means you suck and you're gonna fucking lose. Then I'm gonna make money off you, and then they still win. And you're like, fucking dickhead. Ozzy, what do you got?
Yeah, he missed weight, but he didn't look like he could. He had a little extra body weight on him too. He didn't come in looking ripped or anything. So maybe he wasn't in the best shape for this fight. But we've seen it a lot lately with these big favourites early on the cards, these lower weight classes. They're coming in these minus 500s, minus. We seen what was Tattoo Tyra the other day. It was like minus 900 or whatever. And
Yeah,
these
they
guys are
have
going the
been getting pretty
distance.
high.
They're
You're right.
they're just not getting these finishes like they're not covering their price tag. If you're a minus 900 or minus 500, you got to dominate. If it's going the
Yeah.
distance, at least you got to win every round. Maybe a 10-8 in there or something. Like, yeah, these really big favourites, the low weight classes of yeah, really stopped betting these guys. So I'm glad I stayed off it, even though obviously in this fight, I would have had Asu probably round three or decision, but I didn't bet any of them. But yeah, I mean, these big favourites early in the card, low weight classes, yeah, stay away from them fellas.
Yeah, that's just pretty. He's a small guy too. Joe, what do you got?
Oh, I just wanted to comment back to Usman and say that I made a rule a while back that if I see a reason to fade myself to switch my initial pick, I just skip it. I don't play it at all. It might sound crazy, but I'm just like, no, I'm good on it, and it has probably served me better than any other betting rule I have ever made for myself. And it doesn't matter to me if I'm on one side of the bet, and I find any reason to switch, I just fucking cancel the bet. I don't switch sides. I just cancel it. It was a hard little discipline to get, but bro, I promise you, it's a fucking grand rule.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And then I know when Trace was taking his break, I told him, like, just because you missed out on bets that you knew you were going to win, don't let it tempt you to come back if you're really going to take a break and take a step back. And don't let it tempt you because you lost or you didn't get to hit a bet that you wanted to hit. So, yeah, I definitely need to fucking buckle down because I feel like I would have made out very, very well this card if I wasn't fucking around looking for plus money and being an idiot. So appreciate that.
Just one more thing quickly on this Asu bloke. Man, he must have thrown like 20 spinning attacks in that fight, man. Going forward, I don't know if he was just that confident in this fight, but man, he's throwing spinning elbows, spinning back kicks, spinning backhands, like everything. He's like a ballerina out there. If he starts doing that against some of these wrestlers, man, he's going to get his back taken and lose some of these rounds going forward.
Oh,
They're
and
looking
very
pretty big.
telegraphed, right, Aussie? Like I did not think
Oh,
that they were super fast or anything.
nah, it was just ridiculous. He looked good with one spinning body kick, and that was it. After that, he was addicted to spinning. I don't know if the crowd was just erupting every time he did it. Maybe I don't listen to the commentary, but
Yeah.
maybe it felt good to him if the crowd was roaring. But going forward, man, he needs to cut that out of his game plan. I think.
Well, you gotta look flashy, man. You're a flyweight. No one likes a
Yeah,
flyweight.
having said that, there was no one in the crowd for that fight. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Never is.
This was empty, man, until that main card started. No one in Florida showed up to this
I know
undercard.
it amazes you too because people like us are like, "God, I wish I had freaking floor seats. I'd be there for
Yeah,
the first one." Fucking, there ain't not a damn person
the,
in that fucking place.
I guess
Like, no,
Florida's just too happening at that time of night. I guess.
it's actually pretty common for all the cards, man. When you get to the prelims, I remember the old days where they didn't really actually air them all, so you had to like find them on, or when they first would release them on to freaking Fight Pass, so you could watch the prelims on there. That's a long time ago, and you would just see like nobody in the crowd. You're like, geez, what in the hell? And it's because when they set these up at 7, yeah, they start the whole card up there at like 5, but most people don't give a damn about that. They were still coming up at the nighttime stuff. That's the reason why most of the time for your prelims, there's not many people in there, but sometimes they get a little better. But it's hilarious to see them, especially overseas when there's just like no one there at all. Last fight is where Joanne Wood uh, take on Morose, I think is how you just say her name. This was our only split decision that came to the card. What a surprise. It was a female fight with the dog who started off Wood with a plus 134, closed at plus 138. Uh, Her decision prop was plus 250, closed at plus 285. And the over actually went down from a minus 325 to a minus 270. So uh, it was looking more of a, seems like a lot of people were thinking there was going to be a finish in here. I know there was a lot of bashing on Wood. I don't really think I heard anybody saying that they were going for Wood, but this seems like your typical WMMA that goes to split decisions, and they kind of gave it to some people on here. Uh, Anybody cash on it?
Hell no, you know I fucking bet Morose because I'm a fucking idiot.
No, in
But
fairness, she finished her the first
Don't feel
time.
bad, bro. I bet Morose too, man. It was the ruin to my parlay right off the bat.
yeah, oh yeah, killed some parlays right off the bat, and
Doesn't surprise me there.
I think Homeboy told me that after that first round, you could have caught Joanne Calderwood live at plus 450, and damn, would that have been sweet and a perfect time to hedge? Um, hey, Aussie, real quick question: are you in the cap chat?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, no, I was asking because I will be talking about the split strat coming up. Always willing to brag on that strategy, especially when it has this good of a week. But anybody else on this one?
No, we're good. Go ahead to that, man. Why don't you talk that up?
Yeah, man. So split strat goes. You bet the over when you look at the goes to split line and it is plus 400 or lower. You bet the over if you see a goes to decision line that's minus money, and this was a damn beautiful night for the split strategy. Only losing three fights, being that Ion Kutalaba fight, the Asu fight was predicted to go under, and then the Dustin Poirier fight was also predicted to go under, and that one barely fucking missed by 3 seconds. I know we talked about that with Rhino cashing on the over. Um, but I mean, out of 14 fights, 11 hit. Card had the strategy had a great prediction for the card, and I will be adding up the stats, especially for next week. With I think I'm missing the last two cards, but we're already hitting the over cashes right now at 72%. Um, when the goes to the decision line is at minus money. Uh, Last night we had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven in minus money. All seven of them hit the over. I would
Wow.
assume that's got to get that percentage at cashing over 80%. Um,
Well, that
yeah,
that should
man.
have been your parlay, brother. That's what you should
Oh,
have hit.
oh, bro, and you're telling me I usually always do like, oh yeah, let's just run the yellows. Let's because I always mark them in yellow so that we can identify what that goes to decision is. I said, let's just run the yellows in a parlay. I always do it. Why I didn't do it this week, I don't know, man. And there's always one that's gonna fuck it over. I think a lot of these numbers are pretty easy to read, especially when you know the fighters. Um, a perfect example is like oh, I guess never mind. This card wasn't that good because you would have expected Eon and Lens to end in the first round. But when you see it doesn't, the strategy doesn't fit on an over 1.5 on two fighters that maybe are a little slow or are going to take their time in that first round, hey, you know that it's going to hit the over, bet the over. You know what I mean? Even though the strat says don't bet the over, hit the over. So sometimes the yellows, the minus goes to decision, will fuck over a parlay. But yes, that was a 7 leg parlay that was just begging to get hit.
Yeah, I normally on every card normally just put $20 or something on all the female fights to end in split. It hasn't cashed in a long time, but this time I actually didn't do it because I thought there's no way the JoJo fight at the start goes to split, and that one did, and then the later fight, the Chukagian one didn't. But I did bet the Chukagian to win by split. But yeah, sometimes what you think is going to happen, yeah, sometimes you're just better off doing the same thing all the time, and you just never know. One day it's going to hit. I've been playing a lot of the main card goes the distance. Um, and most of the time you lose by one fucking fight or something, but one day that's going to cash too, and that's often 200 to one, stuff like that. You only need to hit it every 4 years, for it to be profitable. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
for
might as
this
well just
card, your main card did that. All five went over.
yeah, whenever I like goes the distance though. One day that's going to hit. It's going to just be fucking massive, and it'll be a card that you think should never go the distance. It'll
Hmm.
be one with a bunch of heavyweight hitters, and they will just fucking go
Yeah,
the distance. But one day it's going to happen. When it hits, it's going to hit fucking huge.
yeah. All right. I mean, that's it for the review of 299. We kind of beat the living shit out of that dead horse. It was a hell of a freaking card. I had a great time. If you want to throw one last thing on it, go ahead. Will, how you been, man?
Good man. I was just gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all think this Robelis guy, the heavyweight, is gonna be in a main event soon, or am I tripping? Like, I could see him in a main event, bro.
Not a main event. I mean, that would be pretty fast. I mean, if they
It's
really
going to be a
want,
while.
because he's so goddamn big, I got you on that. I definitely think he's not going to be in a prelim. You know, he's going to get moved up to get some more eyes on him. That's for damn sure. And if he does that, I'm guessing they're going to try and give him somebody lower down. They don't want to. They don't want him
Yeah.
to, blow his wad on his second fight down there. Uh,
I know he's a. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, I know he's a bit old. I think he's like 36 or something already. But yeah, to be on a main event, he's going to need a pretty big name on the opposite side of him, and that's not going to happen, like you said, for quite a
Yeah,
while.
because why would any of those guys take that fight? If you're in the top guy that could get a main event card, you're not taking this new gigantic dude with freaking the longest arms that we've ever seen. Yeah, that doesn't sound very freaking good. Usman, what do you got?
No, yeah, just to comment back on what Aussie was talking about with the women's splits, there was a time where me and Andrew would come into every space and cry and complain about Bet Online not giving the options to bet on goes to split decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like uh, ever since Bet Online started offering goes to split decisions, they've made those lines so shitty. Like I should have it here. Um, that Calderwood fight that went to split was plus 300. I mean,
Yeah,
you
dude, it's
kind of
so
just
low.
want a little bit more. And I feel like they're so fucking rare now that we hardly ever get those damn goes to splits.
It is true. They're definitely came down quite a lot because I know it's a rare odd. I mean the stats for a split isn't that great. I mean the only time we feel confidence when we're talking about it with freaking WMMA because they're always freaking hitting splits all the damn time. There was a couple fights last night I thought could have went to a possible split just from craziness. It wouldn't have surprised me if it happened in the Jan Song fight. Will, what do you got?
I was just gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all have any like leans for the Brian Battle versus Ange Lusa fight next week? Because that's really just
I
confusing.
think I have Battle
Yeah.
by his finish.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually taped that one today. Actually, I was pretty fresh in my mind. I watched both of their last three fights. I think Battle, man, he gets taken down a lot, and when he does, he's not that urgent to get back to his feet. And I think he might, his last two fights against what was it, AJ Fletcher? They both fought AJ Fletcher. He ended up getting a finish, but Battle finished him with a rear naked choke, I think it was. But that choke didn't even really look tight. It looked kind of over the jaw, and I don't know. Fletcher kind of looked checked out. He Battle is one of those guys that actually does fight long. He fights very well, throws a lot of teep kicks, and he'll jab and 1-2s from distance, which probably is going to be his game plan in this fight. But he's not going to be he's not as small as Fletcher. Fletcher's pretty small guy. So yeah, I'm probably going to bet against Battle here. The line's really close, right? Is it about a
Yeah,
pick
it's
'em?
minus 150 plus 120.
Pulling it
Who's
up
plus
right now.
120?
Yeah.
Lusa.
I think he's going to get bet down, man. I think he's going to end up being the favourite. So I might jump on that. I might jump on that tomorrow, actually,
You
after.
think Luce is gonna
But
end
you
up
don't
being
think
the
it's gonna?
favorite?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's gone the distance 3 times, his last three fights, I think.
Yeah, and when you think it's
Um,
for that, you got to go into the scorecards,
I think
right?
he's gonna win minutes, man. When he takes you down, he gets some top control. He's not just taking you down, you bounce back up. He
Yeah, I
can hold you
remember
Yeah,
we
down.
hey,
watched a
I'm
couple of them.
with you, bro. He had a great fight against JDM on the Contender Series. Like that really put my eyes on him, but it is a
Yeah,
close
that went the
fight.
distance too, right? I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took Jack to the distance. We all know about Jack now. So yeah, I think if he gets Battle down, he's going to be a lot stronger. I know Battle's a tall, lean guy, but yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit more tomorrow. But
I mean the
yeah,
submission too, isn't that would be kind of a big thing? Would be a possibility for how much he's gonna turn this into a grappling battle.
for who? For Lusa or for
Yeah,
Battle?
I mean, because Luce is just gonna, kind of grapple fuck up in scorecards and try to land strikes, stuff like that for that win. Where I think Battle's got some pretty good chokes, so I would think that line's probably gonna open up pretty low. Because if I was gonna pick Battle, I would take him by a submission win.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, I'm guessing if he does get a submission, it's probably more, yeah, like a front choke or a guillotine or something like that. I don't think he's going to get too much top control over Lusa. You know,
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
got
as of
he's
right
had what
now,
five fights with 100% takedown defense, and Battle's only got a 25% takedown offense. So I
and
really like Looser.
over two and
Over
a
sounds
half
good.
started at minus 200. It is already at minus 225.
Okay, that's a fucking great
Yeah,
bet, bro. These are two competitive ass fighters, and they're gonna be like matching the same skill level. I think this shit goes over, bro. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. Yeah, I think you're right, man. That's a great
yeah.
bet.
Because you look at Battle, he got that head kick win over Sato. That was like real early. Yeah, okay, you land a head kick, you're gonna get finish somebody. You know, there's a good chance. He landed it clean, but he just got absolutely wrestle fucked over what's that dude's name? Farakatinov or whatever, whatever that bloke. I
Renat,
think he had like 10 takedowns or something on him. Um, but and then Fletcher looked shit. You know, there's no other way to say it. He submitted Fletcher. Fletcher looked like a snowflake in that spot. He just couldn't
Hmm.
handle all the body kicks at distance and had nothing left in the tank. So his two finishes, I don't really put much stock into, to be honest.
Yeah, especially because one's got a missed weight on that rough one. I hear you. Let's see. We
so
got Vinny in here. How you doing, Vinny? Let's get in
guys,
here.
guys, is OSP? Do you think he's being for real this fight, or is he just trying to get a paycheck? You know,
Last
Trying to get a
paycheck, I think.
paycheck. Yeah, last
OSP.
paycheck. Yes. He already
I don't
lost.
know
He hasn't
about
even put on his trousers yet.
what's Kenny though. Is he like minus 500 now or something?
bro, it's
Yeah.
insane. He's like
Yeah.
minus
Oh,
400.
you know what? I think this is his last fight. He'll get one more finish and retire.
He ain't gonna finish nobody.
OSP
With
is going
his
to gas
choke.
after 3 minutes. If
No,
OSP wins,
Robbie
it better be in the first 3 minutes.
Robbie Lawler retired on knockout. I think OSP can do the same.
Yeah.
if,
Oh,
if he gets a knockout, he ain't retiring. He's taking another paycheck. He's fighting until he's cut, I think.
I
oh,
guess
without a
so.
doubt. And then he's gonna go to BKFC.
And they make more money.
Possibility. I mean, he's 40 years old. I mean, he's almost to the point where he's got a 50-50 freaking record in UFC. He's 14-12.
Hmm.
I mean, he got knocked out his last fight by Linz.
Bro, that fight was so bad. Oh my god, he looked like shit. I'm not gonna lie.
49 seconds. I mean, that's just not looking good, especially for a 40-year-old guy. Kennedy is, some people like him a lot. I don't have the full confidence in thinking that he's, really something for the future. He's going to stick around and compete with pretty much everybody. Uh, but I think he's got enough to destroy old timer OSP, who doesn't give a shit no more
Yeah.
and just needs some money.
How many times have we seen Kenny get absolutely shit kicked out of him in round one and then come back either late
Yeah.
in the first and win or late later? You know, I think he's durable enough that he can, even if he's losing that first round to OSP, which I don't think he's going to be, but
Hmm.
even if he is, he's probably going to end up turning the tables. But minus 400, I see people chucking him in parlays
Minus
and
500.
minus 500. I would not touch him at minus
Yeah.
Yeah,
500, man.
Kennedy is
OSP's
just
still a
very
big unit.
inconsistent. I cannot trust that guy. I mean, I think he's a great athlete, but I just can't trust him.
The
No,
fight
he
doesn't go to the
seems,
distance is definitely would be on my first thing to look forward to.
that's better than betting his money line for sure. Kenny's money line at minus
Yeah.
500. I'd rather bet doesn't go the distance at minus 500. Or whatever you're
Yeah,
going to
no
get.
kidding. The Von Flu choke. That would be the other one. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Usman.
imagine that. He gets his third fucking Von Flu choke.
Usman, you got back in. You had some Joe issues?
Yeah. Every time I leave the house, I fucking my Wi-Fi disconnects, and then I can't hear anybody. It, constant bullshit. But backtrack to the battle fight real quick. I completely understand why everybody would be on Angelusa. I'm going to go on battle, especially if Aussie is right and the lines flip by fight time. Just last hope on battle, just because I know he does have takedown issues and can be held down. And yeah, I know this isn't a good fight for him, but I'll be on battle for this one for sure. When it comes to this Zinchuku fight, I'm a huge fan of Zinchuku. I just like the fucking guy. We're gonna see a classic. He's gonna get hit and then ball up against the fence, and Oven
Still
St.
be
Preux
a
is gonna
fight.
see that $200,000 check that he's getting for showing up, and just go for a knockout and then get slept. Um, yeah, Zinchuku KO round one.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Other fights that look kind of. I mean, this is your typical, fight night. Mike Davis, that's a fan of the show. We got to talk to him. He's taking on Nathan Levy. I don't really like him.
Yeah, I feel like he's more athletic in that fight. He should be able to handle Levy, but I just feel like Levy got more skill. So I don't know. I feel like Davis should win though. You know.
Yeah, I don't see anybody finishing anybody else. Shows here on like height that Davis is 6 foot and Levy's only 5'9". But the reach is pretty close. 72 and a half, 72. Levy.
So I'm actually looking at the Ode Osborne Fialo fight. Ode Osborne's a plus 145 dog. Am I tripping or is that a great bet? Like this Fialo guy finished Barres, who kind of quit on himself in the fight. I remember watching that, and he lost to
Mhm.
Mokaev. What do y'all think? Y'all think Ode Osborne's a good live dog or what?
Let's see here. I'd have to do a little bit more tape homework on this one.
I was surprised when I seen the names that he was a dog. So that's one I'm definitely going to have to look at. I hadn't looked at that one
I
today
mean, he
yet,
made
but
it to the third round with Muhammad.
True, true.
I mean, so that's definitely in that 432 is when he got finished. So, I mean,
yeah,
that you
that
got to give him a little bit of a tap on the back for that. And then he got his next fight. He got the finish in the first round, whether the guy gave up or not. I mean, that's still a first round finish.
Right.
So he's doing
yeah.
pretty good for a guy that came from. I mean, and to come from the contender series and they threw you to Muhammad, holy shit.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, just going back to that Davis Levy fight. That was the other fight I taped today. Um, you look at the stats. The stats look pretty evenly matched, but you look a little deeper, man. And Davis is way busier on the ground.
Bro.
I mean,
Yes.
like Levy gets these, he gets top control. He might get minutes on the ground. He's not doing anything. He's like Mikhaev. He's not getting any punishment done. We've seen lately that the way these judges are scoring the rounds, if you get top control and you do nothing, like, but you lose the first 2 minutes, you might not win that round. You know,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like
not letting you take
if
rounds from those fucking lay and pray hugs anymore.
yeah. So I kind of like Davis, man. I know he's like minus
Hey,
300 or
I
something
like
now, but
Davis too because he showed smart game plan. I mean, he has good fight IQ because he was taking down Slava Borchev like all the time. Like you don't want to stand with Slava, and he was taking
well,
him
I think he
down.
took him down 9 times. I think he got like 9 or 10
Exactly.
takedowns on him.
Yeah,
My
dude.
only
He
negative
has
I
good
have
IQ.
on only negative I have on Mike is that when he was on our show, he he talks a lot about how he doesn't really like to fight, and that part makes me always second guess on guys like that because they don't know what they want to do in their career,
Oh,
and he's almost got like a GSP talk to it. How he gets very nervous and he doesn't like fighting. He's just good at it, and
Yeah, I remember
that's
that interview. He's a smart bloke too. Like, wasn't he at university
yeah, yeah.
or college? You call it, yeah. And then he decided, I'll give this a crack. And he's just like, "Fuck, I'm accidentally good at this."
Yeah, yeah, that's
And
kind of what
just
he's doing.
yes.
So
yeah,
tough
yeah, that
being
was a
like
good.
good at
Yeah,
reading
it was a
math.
good guy to talk to. But it was eye opening, and I think, fuck,
Bro,
should I
I'm
bet on this
telling you,
prick?
yeah, bro. He was like, I'm not sure about fighting. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking fighter. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about, dude? You're good at it. What are you talking about? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
definitely odd.
smart fighters, smart fight smart, and that's what I like. You know, he's not in there thinking, I'm going to just go in there and fucking trade punches on the feet. I think he's a bit smarter than that. He's smart enough
Right,
to know
right.
the dangers of it. You know, he's not going out there like Drew Dober, fucking half his face hanging off, just swinging windmills. You know, like a guy that's going to get top control, knows how to win rounds, knows how to close rounds off.
Well,
Prepare
Levy's
properly
got a
because you
lot
are
of.
scared. You know.
Doesn't Levy have a lot of canceled fights too? I mean, it doesn't really. Yeah, he's got
Yeah. He was gonna
two
fight.
canceled.
He was gonna
Pete
fight.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, he was gonna fight Pete Rodriguez. Like, this is a big step up in competition from Pete Rodriguez, bro.
His
Like,
last fight was in December of 22 against Gerano Valdez.
yeah, man, it's hard to know where his head's at. I think he
Yeah,
wants to fight,
which is
but
a
who knows?
nobody because he lost like 3 straight. Got dropped in last year, and that's a decision. Ugh.
I just saw that Chelsea Chandler is 6 inches shorter than her opponent. Like, that's crazy. I've never seen like a 6 inch.
Taller. She's got to be 6 inches taller because
Yeah.
Nunes is a baby.
And then he withdrew again in September against Alex Reyes. So
Yeah,
this was his first fight in a
why
long
would he
time.
pull out of that fight? I mean, I want to bet him, but
Damn. So are you talking about Nathan Levy?
Yeah,
Damn. So basically, what they're doing is they gave him two mega layups in Reyes and Valdez. I mean, not Valdez. Pete Rodriguez. And because he pulled out, was he the one that pulled out?
yes.
Because I mean, those are two huge layups. Reyes was hadn't fought in like 6 years or some shit like that. Pete
Well, Davis is
Rodriguez is
actually
not
Davis is
good.
doing the same thing. He hasn't fought since October of 22. He just didn't take a fight because he went through that obviously that questioning in his career. So he took a year off. So I guess might
So
want to
this
do a
is
little bit of tape research to see what kind of head Mike Davis has got. Because if he's back on the game and ready to rock, I think he beats the shit out of Levy.
I agree. If Mike Davis is committed, he can beat some ass.
this
Yeah.
is a trim the fat kind of fight. Loser's gonna get cut for sure.
100%, bro. 100%.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah,
Some other ones.
I know one that I'll be excited for. Like I said with Battle, I always root for Tough. And Pani Kianzad is always willing to break her face on somebody's fist. Pani Kianzad versus Macy Chiazon. Um, that one I'll be lit up for. And Panny's tough as a motherfucker, but something tells me also do not bet on the over because Macy could get her out of there.
All right, I got a hot one for you though, fellas. Mishat versus Barbarina.
Yeah, bro. Fucking
Barbarina's
Barbarina's
looked
minus
like
200. What do you think about that, bro?
who's minus 200?
Barbarina's
Barbarina.
minus 200, bro. Look.
Nah, I think you got the lines mixed up.
I'm looking on
Look it
ESPN
up.
right now.
Which
He's
one?
minus 195 on ESPN. Um,
Barbarina is minus 195. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, it's
yes.
the other way around. Yeah, it's
No.
Mishat. Mishat's minus 200. Yeah.
No way, bro. I'm looking on ESPN right now. It says Mishart's minus 190.
Son of a
If
bitch.
I'm
I'm
that,
going
looking
to have
at
to go
if that,
look
minus
for
210.
myself.
Minus
yeah.
210 for Gerald and Brian.
If
Barbarina's
if
plus
Gerald Mishart is
180.
minus 210, he's gonna win, bro. Like, there's no fucking way he should be 210.
Yeah, Mishat's minus. Yeah, I see him at minus 200 on a couple of books. So, but Mishat's won 4 of his last 10. 4 of his last 10 he's won of his wins has come in round three sub. You know that's an unbelievable hit rate. You know you get these round three sub props sometimes. You know you're looking at. I know they've been real tight on them lately, but some books you shop around, you might be able to get 26 to 1, 34 to 1. You know, I've hit his round three sub every time he's been in the UFC. I've hit it four times out of his last 10 wins. And it's just been absolute cash cow. Barbarina's looked shit lately. I know he's durable, but Mishat, I'm gonna have Mishat sub 3, and fight ends round 3, just in case Barbarina's cardio can get him there and somehow gets a win over Mishat in the
Yeah,
third.
I remember before he fought Joe Pyfer, he just signed a new UFC contract. He signed like a 6-fight deal. Like, the UFC wants him. So That's what I
Oh,
think.
that's a good thing. That's a good
Well,
point to
Yeah,
make.
win
well,
or lose, he's in exciting fights.
I was about to ask: is Mearshart coming off of a loss or a win? What was his
Two
last fight?
losses.
He got killed by Piver, and then who did he just win? He just got a round 3 sub, right? His last fight. Let me just double check.
Who? Which one, Brian or
Misha.
they're both? No, they're both coming
Oh
off
no
of
no no.
losses. He lost to Andre
He lost a
Yeah,
Petrosky.
he
split
lost a
decision to
really close
Petrosky. Yeah.
decision to Petrosky, and that fight could have gone either way.
And then he
Okay,
got
so
knocked out by Pfeiffer. He's
this is
got a
what I've
submission
always
win over
said
Silva.
about this is what I've always said about Mearshart. Mearshart, the UFC will never let him go because he's the perfect fighter. Look at name off his losses. It is Pfeiffer, it's Kamzat, it's Kevin Holland, it's all
Jack
of his
Manson.
Jack
Yeah.
Hermanson. All of his losses are people that they want to push. Look at his record. It's like he'll get 2 wins, then a loss up against a big name. He'll get 1 win, then a loss up against a future big name. He'll get 2 losses, then a easy layup of a win. Coming off of a loss here against Andre Petrosky, which I'm not gonna say he's gonna be anything huge in the future, but he's somebody that they could at least push to get a couple wins here and there. He got a loss in the last one. He's gonna get a win in this one. They know exactly what they're doing.
Hey, Usman, I kind of agree with you here, Usman. I mean, he's a great gatekeeper, and this is a great gatekeeper fight. Him and Barberina, you know.
Oh yeah, and Barbarina is kind of the same thing, 170, but like they're not gonna. It's not like they're gonna switch out Barbarina for Mearshart. No, Mearshart knows exactly what his job is, and that's why he's taken the Kevin Hollands and the Hermansons and the Pfeiffers. Like he knows the deal, and that's probably why he signed that long contract. Because Dana's like, hey, we're never gonna let you get to a title because one, you don't belong there, but two, you know what your job is in this company.
Hmm.
Hey, listen to this, guys. He got knocked out in the first round by Joe Pfeiffer. 1 month later, he had a grappling match with Joe Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer fucking decisioned him there. Man, he's been having nightmares about Pfeiffer, man.
No shit.
Imagine that, he get knocked out a month later. He's like, yeah, this time it's grappling, motherfucker.
Yeah, no shit.
That you
Take,
lose a grappling match.
taking you into my world, bitch. Let's see what you can
Yeah.
do when you can't punch me.
I
Wow,
mean,
I
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
just
saying
watch
this
that
fight's
okay.
not going
grappling
to no
match. Yeah.
decisions either.
I'm not gonna lie, boys. This card coming up is looking really fucking good. I mean, Christian Rodriguez, Isaac Dolgarian. This is like a great.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one. That
Uh,
Christian Rodriguez is pretty fucking good.
yeah, he
Yeah,
is. It's a weird fight. It's a weird fight.
don't don't let the casual sway your mind. People are gonna say, "Oh, this is gonna be shit." Now that we're done with the pay per view, we're gonna have a shit card. I don't know, man. Like I
No,
said,
this is like the future here, man. I
I'm
hate
getting
when people
excited
talk
about
like that.
fucking Macy Chiazon and Panny Kianzad because I know that's gonna be a banger. This card is gonna be good.
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple that obviously you look at, you're like, oh, whoopee, OSP is not the. I mean, the main event. Jesus Christ, we're praying that we get to watch a shoey. Is pretty much what. Anybody else got any ideas for this main event? I mean, I
All
just
I
kind of want to
mean,
watch him die.
I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. This main event's pretty ass. I'll say that.
I mean, I think they picked a good one for some entertainment in here, but I mean, Tuivasa, he's God been pretty sad to watch in a few of them. I mean, but that's what happens when you're a top guy and you get up to the top level and everybody loves you. Well, they love to watch you get your ass kicked too. So, I mean, he is still kind of young. I do think that he's got some good hands and everything like that, but is he gonna get taken down?
Yeah.
Probably be my guess is how it's gonna happen. But Tuivasa usually does still land some stuff. He's 38 years old. I think that plays a big fucking part in it.
Yeah,
Slight
and his
favorite right
best
now.
mate, his brother-in-law Tyson Pedro, just retired. He's
Yeah,
coming off 4 losses, I think. Bam
three
Bam, I
three
mean,
losses.
3 is it? Yeah.
Yeah, last
He's
three.
probably got one foot out the door too. I know he's made a lot more money than Pedro, but man, he can get taken down by anybody. And
Yeah, he's
once
been
he's
knocked
down there,
out.
he's a really fish out of water, man.
Oh yeah, and he's knocked out twice and submitted in his last fight. I mean, this is. I mean, they gave him a guy he can beat. Marcin, he got knocked out by Tom Aspinall. Um, he went to decision with Ivanov. Got a majority decision on Alexander Romanov.
Yeah.
He lost to Volkov, and he knocked out Walt Harris. What to do?
Old Harris, fuck, whatever happened to that dude?
Yeah, well, he kept on losing. He had that
Yeah.
sad story about his like
His
stepdaughter or
daughter, was
something.
it stepdaughter? Yeah,
Yeah, his
yeah.
stepdaughter got killed.
I was high on him when he came in the UFC, actually, Walt Harris. I thought he was going to be
Yeah,
something, but
he had some good power, man. He'd catch some guys, but they would just to keep on coming at him was the hard part.
yeah, yeah. So I'm definitely going to check out what they're giving Tybura submission at.
Oh,
Other than
yo,
that,
I got a
Ty
question.
KO, I hope.
Yeah,
Sorry, Ozzy, but I got a question for the chat. Do you guys think Aljamain Sterling's a good bet against Calvin Kattar? Like, it's a pick 'em, you know?
I'm undecided right now.
What are you at?
Undecided. I haven't chosen who to pick
undecided.
yet.
I mean, he's going to need to get takedowns. LJ's going to need to get takedowns for that fight. Oh, it's a pick him at the moment. Okay. That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it is
That's fucking
interesting.
UFC 300 is going to be the fucking sick card too. I hope all these fights stay together, man.
There's still good. There's got to be something else they're adding to that. There's no way there's only 10.
Well, supposedly, Renato Moicano and Jalen Turner is getting added to that.
What is it? Yeah, I just
I
seen
would be
that today.
surprised if they
That was
drag this
just
big
announced
Cuban
today,
prick
right?
back.
Wasn't that just announced today?
Yeah, that was announced like last night or today.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think of that one?
Man, that's a good ass fight, man. If Moicano gets the takedowns, I feel like he can control Jalen, but you never know, man.
So
Jalen
that's
Turner's
11
just fucking
fights.
spider style, man. You don't know if he's gonna just catch somebody. I like Julian Turner. He screwed me over a couple
Do you
times.
guys have like any like really confident like leans on the main event between Pereira and Hill or no? Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Joe
I'm
picks
gonna smash
Pereira.
Pereira. I'm gonna smash Pereira on that
Really?
one.
You're gonna hammer that
Yeah.
shit?
I'm gonna hammer
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
I don't
fuck.
see. Well, he's so
Yeah, I
much
agree
better
too.
kickboxer than Hill. Has Hill shown you anything made you think he's going to get this fight to the ground, coming off that long injury?
I don't
I think
think
Hill's going to go down as
I
one of
don't
the
think it'll
worst
go to the
champions in
ground, but
UFC
do you think
history.
Hill has a puncher's chance?
That's it.
Is that
At
it?
this
Is
weight
that it?
class, I don't know, man.
I gotta
Without cutting all that weight,
disagree, man. I feel like everybody underrates Hill's fucking striking and skills, man.
Yeah.
I'm on Hill on this one.
Oh, man.
I think he's going to knock out Alex Pereira, and I fucking love AP, but I really do believe in Hill. I don't know, man.
you could probably wait and get a better line come fight time.
Dude, yeah, he's gonna be minus 200
Coming
by
off,
the time the fight
Oh,
comes.
at
All the
least.
casuals are gonna be betting on Pereira, bro.
There's way too much love for AP for him to be a.
yeah. And then you got
So
Hill coming
yeah,
off that
I mean, if you
injury,
really
and
want it, I would, unless it comes out over like plus 500 or something like that. Like, okay, just fucking bet on it already.
the question I bring to y'all is what do they set that over at? You think they're gonna give us another easy at 1.5 like they did for Yuri?
I hope so.
Oh
I
shit.
will
No
smash the
way.
over 1.5 too.
Yeah, I'll hit
I
over
think
one
the
and a
first
half
round's
all
going to be
day.
pretty bit of a ceiling in it.
Y'all think that
Yeah.
fight's gonna go over 1.5 rounds for real?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
do. Yeah.
They'll take their sweet ass time. They ain't gonna fucking go in there
You're right.
crazy.
Hey, y'all are right. Y'all are
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I that over 1.5 for AP and Yuri, I hit pretty hard. And there was a couple moments where I sweat, but I thought that that was going to be. I know Joe was talking about like if it's over 3.5, hit it. And I know it ended early, but I was with him on that. I said, "Fuck yeah, I'll hit over 3.5 if they give it to me," because I really thought that it was just gonna be a little bit of an extended fight. Real awkward style of Geary and technical style of AP. But shit, we hit the over 1.5. Thankfully, they gave it. They gave us it at that.
All right, would it be crazy
Yeah.
to say that the fight ends in round one? Like, I can see Hill catching him like on his good timing, or I can see just Pereira rocking his shit on the counter. Like,
Fucking Hill's gonna be terrified that first round. He's gonna be
He's
the
going to
whole
feel the
time. He's gonna be
first.
trying to. He's gonna
that's
be
true.
checking
That's
him
true.
in. I think he's gonna be trying to like really make sure he doesn't fuck up in that first round because if anybody's getting knocked out in first round, it's gonna be him,
I don't
not
know,
AP.
man.
AP,
For,
I think is gonna stay away enough just because that's the type of fighter that he is. I don't think Hill's just gonna fucking drop him in the first round. I mean, I also would like to know how his camp's going. He hasn't fought in a while. He's coming back from injury. He had some fucking stupid shit with his brother that happened. So now he's got that, and now all the pressure I think is on him. I think there's more pressure on Hill than there is on AP. AP is everybody's love child now. He's got everybody on his side. The pressure is on Hill to come in there and actually prove that he is something than just a surprise from Dana White's Contender Series.
the
Let me
pressure
ask
is
this
definitely
question real
on
quick.
Hill, and Joe has killed me for this. But for me, I really do get John Jones' aura and vibe off of Hill. I feel like once he gets in that cage, he's not afraid. He's in there to do the job. That's me.
Mhm.
That's me. He
You
gets
got
the
to bet
fucking.
him
He
then,
gets
man.
it
You got
done.
Joe, what do you think about that?
to.
Joe, what do you think about that?
I'm leaving the space. Sorry, bye.
No, no, yeah, you got to go, dude.
Yeah, me too. I'll give us 10 minutes and then I'm done, man. I got to get up in the morning. Ah,
Out of these three fights though, Oliveira, Sarukian, Gagey, Holloway, Pereira, Hill. You
Bro,
got
bro.
Pereira, Gagey, and Sarukian, all about minus 200.
Yo,
I
that's
mean,
some
it's hard to get.
crazy odds, bro. Like, I don't know who's gonna win those fights. It's crazy.
yeah.
Well, I know who's not going to win, and that's Holloway, man. I think that Gagey fight, like out of the minus $200 club, man, he's got to be the money side for sure.
And it's only at minus 235 for Justin. I don't know. Like, I don't want to throw
Yeah,
money
okay.
on it because I feel like I'm throwing money towards a grave.
Yeah.
Like, just like here's your money so you can kill him for me, and then I can say that I at least got some money back for
All
it.
right, I have a question for y'all though. Do y'all think Brendan Allen is a lock to beat Vittori? Because I think he's gonna do the same thing he did to fucking that jujitsu guy. What's his name? Fucking Craig. Yeah, I think he's gonna do the same thing he
Paul
did to
Craig.
Craig. Yeah, I think he's gonna do the same thing to Craig that he did to fucking. I'm drunk as fuck, guys. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think fucking Brendan Allen's a lock.
When are they
What do
fighting?
y'all think?
When
They
are they
fight in like
fighting?
they fight in like 2 weeks.
Okay,
Two
I can't see
weeks.
any. What are the odds? We got some odds for that.
Well, yeah, he's like minus 400, I think. But
Which fight?
Allen is minus 400.
yeah, I mean, I'll check right now. Allen is
Brandon Allen is who you're talking about?
Yeah, if he's minus 400, I'm definitely taking that big dumb Italian to get a win there. I think Vittori decision is probably going to be close to his actual money line. I don't see him finishing Allen. He don't really finish anybody. But Allen, when he gets taken down, man, he can just sit on his back. He just lay there and looking for subs. And if he doesn't get one, he's going to lose that round. I can see that happening. I can see
Mm-hmm.
Vittori
Ozzy, do
getting
me a favor
rounds.
and say, don't bet on no fucking Marvin Vittori to beat Brendan. Is that what we said? Marvin Vittori is fighting Brendan
yeah,
Yeah.
If
Brendan
Allen?
he's
Allen's.
plus
I think Brendan
400
Allen's
though,
a
Joe,
lock, bro.
come on.
I mean, he just has him covered everywhere. He can take him down if he wants to. His striking's going to be the same. I feel like Brendan Allen's. They're trying to push Brendan Allen low key. I don't know.
Brendan Allen is going to close at minus 600.
Come on. You think so, man?
Like
Oh,
who
okay.
would like? I'm gonna be real with y'all. Why would you bet on Vittori? What is he gonna do to Brendan Allen that hurts him?
Gonna lose.
I don't think he's going to
That's
finish
Exactly.
him. I think he's going to take him down, maybe hold him against the cage.
I don't see it, man. There's no way Vittori holds Brendan Allen down, in my opinion, bro. I don't know though. I don't know. I'm fucking delusional sometimes.
Well,
I'm
no,
trying
I
to
think
find
it
the
is.
odds.
It
I
is going
can't
to get
find
to
them.
the
Where's
end.
Kevin?
I mean, the Vittori, straight pressure forward fighting style is not going to fucking keep on getting them W's like it used to. It's a lot of wear and tear to keep on fighting that style. So I see what you're saying, Will. I totally kind of agree that if he's just going to come in there and try and do 20 takedowns fucking round and try to win it, it's going to be kind of difficult. Hmm. Allen's pretty young too, ain't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
28.
He's fought a lot of motherfuckers too. He's fought Strickland. He's fought fucking Curtis. Like he's got a good
He's
resume.
28.
Has anyone found the odds?
Dude, I was just looking for it. I don't see it
I'm looking
anywhere.
for it. They must have just announced it then. Future events, maybe. Uh, Allen. Oops, wrong
All right,
controller.
no, for on some real shit though, I need y'all's opinions. Do y'all think Ilya Taporia is going to be the champion in 2025, like the first day of 2025? Like, if you bet on Taporia to be the fucking featherweight champion of the world, you get a good return on investment by the time of 2024. Like, who is he going to fight?
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean,
Probably.
I
Maybe.
would say
A
yeah
dollar
right now.
62 he's paying. So what's that, minus 170 or something? He's going to be minus 170 in his next fight. You're probably better off betting that than, like, who's he going to fight?
Dude, I don't know.
Evloev?
Max Holloway if he loses, but like I feel like he's going to be the champion by the time the year closes, and you can bet that shit on DraftKings.
He fights Max next after his fight with Justin Gagey. I'm definitely
I
betting.
don't think so.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Because that's not going to happen.
They probably either do Volkanovski again at the end of the year, which even then, Volk's coming off 2 losses.
Volk's
So
going to have to freaking take a break. If he does that, I'm picking
Yeah.
him to freaking get his ass.
it'll
kicked
have to be
again.
Evloev, I think.
Yeah, let me go to
Arnold Allen did. Who? Evloev just beat
Evloev
Allen,
would
right?
be a great fight. I would say that's probably next. Yeah.
No, I think if it's Evloev, I think
Yeah.
Ilya's gonna run him over. I think that secures the bet, and I think Ilya even said that he doesn't want to fight till like September or some shit.
T City.
So, oh yeah, it could be Ortega, but even then, Ilya
Yeah.
is gonna hurt him.
But I think T City should almost kind of do it. I think it's a rematch with Josh Emmett or something. And then
Well,
that win over each other can argue for both of them for a title shot.
I mean, most likely the next fight, it's either Evloev or Brian Ortega. There's a reason they made that Ortega fight a 5-round fight, I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right. Hey, you're
It was
right.
to see who's next in line. It's going to be in Spain. You've got Ortega versus Taporia, Mexican versus Spain, or whatever you want to call it. He's 19 to 1 to be
I've seen
champ
a
at
lot
the
of
end of the
videos
year.
on that too. Honestly, about them
Yeah.
talking how much they want to push because the stadium's fucking huge, and they can put the tables down there, and they can try and break a high amount of capacity for a fight. I was reading up on that, but all right, guys, I think I'm done for the night. So if you guys want to say any last bites or anything like that.
Last thing I'll say is I don't know if y'all saw that interview about Vittori talking shit about how Adesanya isn't gonna come back and win because the game is evolving too much and it's evolved past him. He can't come back and get a win. Vittori, shut the fuck up. I'm an Adesanya hater, but dude, if the game has evolved way past fucking him, what does that say about you? I do not think that Vittori beats Brendan Allen. Vittori's the same old, same old. pressure, face forward, get hit in the face. He was gonna want to get taken down, or he's gonna want to get a takedown. He's gonna fucking end up getting subbed. Yeah, no, Vittori is exactly what he described when he's talking about Adesanya. Like, there's never been anything that Vittori does great. He's an okay striker. He's an okay takedown artist. He's not good at jujitsu. Like,
He's got good
uh,
cardio for a
His
big bloke.
chin, his
yeah,
chin is
He's
his
he
strong.
chin is
His
fucking
chin.
elite
Yeah.
though. I gotta say
okay.
that.
Yeah.
His chin for sure, but that's also not what you want to be known by.
And
Yeah.
even when he loses a fight, clearly he thinks he wins. That's always a good
There's a lot
attribute.
of
If you got
guys
money
like
on a
that.
guy who thinks he's up 2 rounds after getting dominated.
Which is never a good mindset about learning either.
Yeah.
I wonder when
If it wasn't for
Ninja's
the
gonna come
judges, he'd
back
be
and fight
undefeated, man.
somebody. To be honest. All right, man. Well, sorry to the guy that just joined. We're closing this one out, so I'm gonna.
Never apologize to Bin Laden, man.
The nigga is
Yeah.
Bin Laden. Fuck that terrorist ass fucker. Get out of here, bitch. Fuck you.
America, motherfucker.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Go
All right.
Jose.
Take it easy,
Fucking
fellas.
day
Another
now.
great show as
Yeah.
always.
Good talking to you, Ozzy. Always is fun, man. See you guys on Tuesday next week. Keep it going. Night, night.